had stolen your comrade and found that they were leading him to the top of this tower. Gathering the rest of your allies, you all um, infiltrated this place without being accosted by much at all. Um, and eventually learned of this place's name via a infernal kin shopkeeper by the name of Curse. You resided within the Bone and Limb Bazaar and underneath the shadows of the Rip and Tear monolith. You learned by questioning this very lowly shopkeeper that some infernal kin posed brands on them, assuming ownership by lords of this realm. Apparently powerful devils who had risen enough to own themselves, individuals, souls, and you learned of a handful of individuals that resided at the top. Within the Bone and Limb Bazaar, the ruler here was the Soul Lord, the Grand Appraiser, one who delved in the dealings of souls through Avernus. You learned of, and this is a small housekeeping error. I watched back the video from last time. Every time I said the City of Brass, I actually meant the Bronze Citadel. I said that name wrong. The City of Brass is a completely other thing, not in this plane. The Bronze Citadel is the city that you were all looking for, that Akuji had lived within, and the ruler of this place, the strongest lord on Avernus, this layer, was the Warlord, and as well as one other individual known as the Rift Lord, who you had not heard a lot of information about. Questioning Curse further, you learned that all things that die end up within the infernal plane. Commerce and dealings are like the main currency here, and almost a certain binding vow is held here, where if you make a deal, you are withheld to it. You also learned that your only chance to descend further through the infernal plane is to ride the river Styx by being allowed to by the warlord within the Bronze Citadel. As to how to get there, you question multiple means of either basically join the large chain of chained souls known as the Convoy, or by hiding your way, or other means traveling along the Grand Caravan, an infrequent large travel through the desert where creatures and wagons make their way to the Bronze Citadel, as well as other means that have not been revealed. Such the last little bit of information was a question of why would Akuji have been stolen and brought to this tower, and Curse rumbled of the worth of a gray-skinned tiefling. They're a sort of wives' tale or old tradition spread through the infernal kin of him being firstborn, of them being known as the betrayer within the realms, and you in your group questioning the history of your comrade Akuji. Before any plan could be made, one final rumbling was heard throughout the encampment. A large, almost footstep-like feeling of an earthquake pounding through the camp. And before you could all understand what was going on, the large umbrella-like tower began the shade that it once provided quickly dissipated as what was unseen before, but winged devils began to descend by the hundreds, maybe even thousands, from this large tower and fly across the sky as Curse warned of an incursion. And our game last left off with a large, pudgy creature barreling through a wall, disrupting all the cages as screams and shouts and bells of alarm are rung within this hellscape. And with that, I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Initiative.
Let's go.
Nice to have you here, Isaac. Officially at your setup.
Glad.
You've been unmuted.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think your mic's wrong too.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh
I think
lord.
it's on your phone or something still. Or I don't know.
Hello.
Dude, I forgot to start the stream too. Like halfway through your explanation, I was like, oh! I went and opened everything up real quick.
Gotta do it again.
Shake your head no again, Jordan. You can stream it next time.
I will. I got 12.
All right, thank you for that. That 17, Vinrick.
What?
That name made me sad when I
Where-
saw it.
Where am I?
He's here?
You typed in 17.
I got 22.
Okay.
I got 13.
No way.
You can't roll below 15.
Yeah, you're
Perfect
crazy.
boy.
I rolled a 3.
That's still crazy.
Got 12.
I don't remember my initiative. Give me a second.
Just make it up. That's what I do.
What sounds good?
Okay.
Natural
28.
Good. That was a good one.
No, it's 28.
Okay. So this is all going to take place within the wonderful location of the Theater of the Mind. You all reside within this back alley scape. There are basically walls of cages around you, chains connecting some of them. Most of them are empty to the naked eye, but the walls of them stand there. You see Curse, that kind of dark red-skinned infernalkin lying on the ground as a barreling, basically like walking bloated corpse-like creature walks through. It stands at 12 feet tall with huge fists, if you could call them that, but they're just like meaty appendages, like their hands were cut off, just big meaty nubs. But their face is a basically like a spiraling mouth with teeth, and you see like the center point, like there's muscles that extend out the spiraling mouth to where it can pierce. It looks like like a proboscis, like an insect, like stinger in a way, as well as one large warped eye on one side, and then one tiny beady one that darts around. It screams out with this like gurgling. As Redolus, you are the first to react as this creature barrels through a set of cages, not necessarily at you guys, but just like pushing through this wall, trudging through. You're up first, though.
Since this thing doesn't seem to like notice us, or I don't think cares about us. Curse still on the ground?
Yeah, Curse is like huddling near the cages and is like scurrying to look for an escape route.
Can I look for an escape route as well? Try to see if we can find a way to get out of here.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, and I don't remember. Did we have we rested since our last battle? We haven't, have we?
No.
Okay, so I'm still fucked up.
I think you got a lot of healing.
Yeah,
though.
but
Yeah, you're not.
He's not full. He's not full. 17.
17. Okay. quick inspection, as you look around, you see there are multitudes of routes out of this like cage like alleyway. You could head towards the creature who's busted a huge hole through. On a 17, you do see there are hundreds of moving shapes out in that direction. Not only from the creatures in the sky, but also land-dwelling monsters, devils. You see, there's just a strange. I'll just say that there's a weird, battle-like energy outside of the walls, which doesn't necessarily make sense. Like two walls of forces colliding. That's what it kind of looks like. You see two safer routes. One that Curse is kind of leading towards, and another one that darts between a set of kind of tents, but there are bony like supporting straps that might look like they cut into you, but it might be quicker to get through. Like you might scrape and cut it yourselves a little bit, but it'll put you out of the eye view of this large creature.
I'm gonna try to pick up Curse and tell everyone, hey, let's go this way. It'll get us out of his view.
You go to grab Curse. Are you gonna try to restrain him? Because he doesn't let you just like. He doesn't want to be held.
100%. I'm trying to restrain him.
Okay, so this will be your action. You're gonna try to grapple him.
Okay.
I need you to make me an athletics check versus his dexterity.
Acrobatics preferred.
No, you have to do athletics. He gets to pick.
I know. He's athletic. That's gonna be 16.
He got a 15. You go to grapple him, and he goes, "No, please, let me go, they're coming." And he like tries to fight you, but you have a strong grip on him. Which direction are you picking? Are you picking the might get scratched one, or the easy one?
Might get scratched.
Okay, might get scratched one. Redolus lets out the command. Torment, it's your turn.
Okay. So do I see Redolus kind of like going after Curse?
Yeah, you see him grab him and then start to drag him towards this little gap opening with like these. It's like you're walking through like tree branches. Like you're gonna get cut and scraped, but they're like bony little struttings out from the wood.
Okay. And about how far is that from where I am?
Like 15 feet.
Okay. I would say still being a little hurt and not looking for a fight necessarily. I'm gonna try and wave to everyone else to follow where Redolus is going. Not head in that direction too.
Okay. You follow behind Redolus, letting everybody come through. Marco, you are up next. You are probably the closest to this creature, Marco. As it barrels through in the cages, a set of cages begins to fall onto your group, primarily coming at you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, Marco. As like 2 or 3 large, just wrought iron cages begin to descend, threatening to crush you.
I'm gonna check my proficiencies real quick, or features. All right, I got a 13.
You get a +4 from my Aura of Protection.
Oh, nice.
Assuming we're in range of each other.
17.
17, that'll do it. The DC was 14. As the cages begin to descend, a quick spin around, you roll and a cloud of dust gets descended, now forming a half, like 4-foot wall of metal between you and the monster that is barreling towards the middle of the city. You narrowly dodged, like it was like 10d6 worth of damage as the cages descend down. So now it's your turn. Sorry, that happened before your turn, but you can do whatever you want. There are alarm bells ringing. The cloud or the skies are filled with winged creatures. There are shouts and cries. large flaming spheres shooting across the skyline as well. It's like you're in the middle of a war.
And that big creature is headed away from us now, and there's a wall between.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's heading north, and you guys are on like the west side with a wall basically parallel. So he'd have to barrel through that to get to you. He still hasn't noticed you yet.
Then I would like to climb on top of the boxes, to climb on top of whatever we're surrounding us, to be in an alley, to see if I can get a better glimpse of the situation.
Ooh, I like this. Roll me a acrobatics check.
26.
26 easily. There are chains hanging around. You were able to grab them, swing up to the side, basically crawl up. And as you get to the top and look over, roll me a perception check.
I'm not as good at this, but yeah, that's gonna be a 7.
Okay. This is going to be like what's in your immediate vicinity. You don't just turn blind.
Sand in his
You
eyes.
see scrambling. There are also like all manner, like you're not at the tallest point, so there's buildings blocking your way. Through the street, the small little streets and alleys, you see that there is a scrambling of devils and infernal kin. Like they are running in fear. There are sets of them that are like armed and are running toward the outskirts of the walls. You also make out that there are creatures that have, like the one that barreled through the cages, all sorts of different ones, like quadrupedal ones with wings, ones with like 6 heads. There seems to be forces both trying to escape, or not escape, but exit the city and enter the city. You notice that at the top, and then a brief blast of wind comes through, and your eyes get coated in dust, and you're like choking on the dust. Anything else you'd like to do? I'd say that would be your action, but you still have plenty of movement to do what you want,
Okay.
or bonus action if you have one.
Yes, let's make sure here. Since I'm kind of half blinded, would I be able to disengage in another direction? Like not entirely off that vantage point, but
Oh, like on the top of the cages, like
yeah,
you wanna,
just like
stay up there,
move,
but move
before my
Oh, yeah.
turn ends. Yeah.
Definitely. So you are taking more of a, like an aerial route where you're jumping on the cages up on top of your companions in the alleyway. Yeah, definitely. You're even able to like jump over this gap between where your friends are going to like move through this tight tunnel. And I'll say on your next turn, because of that, because I love that, I'll give you advantage on spotting any like forces that are going to get intercepted because you have a bird's eye view. Next up, though, is going to be the creature who's going to roll a perception check. So like they're just like looking for the, for the closest thing, and they do end up spotting Lepitor and Gaius, who are the last few to run through. And as the cage wall falls, and you see Marco climb up and dance across the cage, like maybe 20 feet up or like 15 feet up. One of the little beady eye snaps over, and it lets out a sound, and a burrow, like a blinding scream comes out from it, like high pitched, and its mouth begins to contort and tighten and tighten and tighten. And Lepitor and Gaius, I need you both to roll me a d20.
7.
14.
Gaius, it begins to stop its stampede. It's like sludging roll through the cages, turns and spots you, and it's like 20 feet away, and its mouth tightens and tightens and tightens, and then shoots out like a loaded spring at you. The teeth like turning into like a spiny little drill, for a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You take 18 points of piercing damage. As the mouth you see it even like rip through one of the iron cages. one of the bars, it just as it shoots through and impacts your side. You dodge to the side to prevent a fatal injury, but now the creature has dialed you and your party in. It is now your turn, though.
Okay. Is it possible that I can kind of do something, same thing that Marco did, like break line of sight with him and kind of get a vantage point, assuming he's going to run our way at this point?
Yeah, the tops of the cages maybe only get above his head by maybe 5 feet. But you can easily get up there if you would like to as well. Roll me an acrobatics cage. Or check.
Acrobatics cage coming in hot.
Been saying cage too many times. I had to come up with a different word. Entrapment device.
26.
26. Easily, as it gets struck to the side, you do a slight little roll, scan the environment, and you see where he broke that iron bar with his attack. It gives a perfect handhold to climb up to the top and escape out of his line of sight. Basically, you and Marco on opposite sides of this like walkway of cages.
Yeah.
So you guys would be running parallel while the rest of your group falls within this canyon of an alleyway.
Okay.
Anything else?
How far away is he?
Now, getting up to the top, he's probably like still 20 feet, but more at a diagonal now.
Okay. Can I bonus action hide and then throw a dagger at him? Or was that my action to get up here?
No, I'm the bonus action, like hiding, because now you're on the top and like he can still see you. So I don't know if you'll be able to hide up here. But you can still attack him if you would like.
I'll hold my action until he moves. If he gets within like range of one of my allies.
Okay. You also now up here have a better sight line of everything that's going on. You're able to see similar to what Marco saw. There is like weird panic in the center. There are creatures descending from the tower. There are forces exiting the camp and entering the camp at the same time. Leptor, it's your turn.
How far away is the creature right now from?
From you, like 15, 20 feet. And there is like a wall of cages between you and them.
Okay, and then I guess Redolus, they backed up into a space to try and hide and get away, right?
Yeah, there's like there was like 2 splintering paths, and they're at one path between a set of cages that they can maneuver their way through.
Okay, and so I guess at this point, is the creature locked on to guide us, or is it still like seeing me?
No, it sees you all now. Now it's like, there were
perfect,
things
okay.
here. And it does look, it's no longer just moving through the city in like one direction. It's now coming at your group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, if I get on top of the cages, am I within range to be able to hit it at 10 feet?
If you
Or is it
move a
still
little
too-
bit closer to it, yeah, you'd be able to.
Okay, then I'm just gonna follow Guidus and Marco up to the top of the cages, try and get close enough within range with the whip, and I'm gonna do 2 attacks on it.
Okay, roll me in acrobatics.
Fuck. That's a 5.
Oh shit. You see the handle that Guidus had used to ascend up, and as you go to grab it, it escapes out of your hand, and you fall onto the ground a little bit. You find no other path to ascend up at this time, and you now find yourself within 10 feet of the creature, literally just like on the opposite side of the cage wall from the creature, but still on the ground, unable to ascend.
Some of the same size of the creature now?
No. You're still on like the opposite side.
Behind.
Basically, you just couldn't climb the cages because the one route you saw, the handle broke off, and now you're like, fuck
Okay.
that. I can't do that. Let's not do that. Fuck that.
Plan B.
Yeah,
Plan B.
yeah. Plan B. Oh God. Plan B.
Fuck it. We're just gonna do a moonbeam right on the creature.
That unfortunately doesn't work. There's no moon in hell. Sorry. Okay, next turn. Redalus. You know that. Come on, you know the lore.
You're in
Oh,
hell.
damn, I should've-
You're in
should've read.
hell.
I didn't study.
There's no moon in hell.
You're down.
What does it need to roll for that?
The creature
Just takes 400 damage.
display.
He just insta dies.
Goes like this. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save. What is the re? Oh, the save is a Constitution 17.
Got it. Okay. Ooh, that's a 12. That fails. Describe how this spell looks as it begins to blaze radiant light on this creature.
So I guess Levitor just kind of like almost like toss something into the air, and just kind of like flashes a light straight up, and you can see kind of arc way up high in the sky, and then just like it's a 5-foot radius, but just this big beam, almost as high as you can see. With like it's so high you can't really see the top of it, and it just kind of fades out, so you can't really see where it starts. But just gradually, just this bright blue, light blue pillar of light just crashes down with kind of a siren almost type of sound as it hits down the ground and kind of ignites a flame on the creature for a bit as it takes damage.
I love that. This radiant, like waterfall like beam of energy sprays down with a force. As the creature gets hit by it, Lepitor, you immediately take notice this creature, its body begins to sizzle and bubble and pop in a way where its body is vulnerable to this type of damage. It takes. Did you already roll your damage?
No.
2d10?
Well, actually, it's 4th level, so it'll be 4d10.
Okay, all right, 4d10. This creature's anatomy makes it vulnerable to this radiant damage that strikes within the heart of the infernal plane. Like a halo, a glass cannon from an orbital ship, just straight down on it. It screams out in pain.
There it is. Is that D10? These are all D10. Okay. Fuck, that went out. Use a calculator so that's easier. A 0 was a 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 24.
It takes 48 points of radiant damage as it gets eviscerated, and the moonbeam just remains ignited there, like just like this obelisk, like, well, not obelisk, but like this beacon of light in this hellscape. Excellently done. You still are at the back of the party, so if you go through the alley, you'll be the last one to go through. Redalus, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and push through the alley, the scratchy alley.
'Kay.
With curse.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Go.
And you are out of the reach at this point of
Yes.
Lepitor's aura. So
Constitution. That was bad. That's gonna be a 7.
you begin to push through. You can use all of your movement to go through this place. You take 4 points of slashing damage as you're pushing through this, as well as Curse. Curse fails his save. As you're pushing through these little, it kind of looks like these is what they use as nails sometimes. These little bone spikes that protrude out. You're basically walking through the drywall of like these buildings, so you're getting
Oh, yeah.
scratched and cut. You make it on the other end, out of the cage alley, out into the main street, and see pandemonium around you. A very different energy is out here. There is panic, and then there are panic from infernal kin and from the soul-like creatures who are chained up. And then there is another very intense energy of a military presence, of ranks of devils marching through with large swords, spears and halberds and stuff, walking towards the edge of the gate, screaming out infernal war cries.
Are we kind of out of sight from everything we're seeing right now, or are we just
No,
kind
you
of
like
out in the middle?
you run out in the alley and you're like on the
Main
sidewalk of a main road. It's like,
Fuck.
yeah, it felt a lot closed in back there, and now it's like, oh shit, we're like, oh, we're in the middle of shit. You're getting like hit in the shoulder by people running by.
Right. I'm gonna put like Curse down, but still holding him. Is like, Curse, what's going on? And if like is this normal? Like, what the fuck's going on?
You're still grappling him.
Yeah.
He shouts out, demon spawn, incursion, must go. He's gonna try to break free from your grapple. Can you roll me
Yeah, sure.
an athletics?
16.
You got a naughty 20.
Naughty 20.
Ugh.
Jesus.
As he says that, a passerby, a large, like, it almost looked like a mummy, like wrapped in cloth, devil, bumps into you. It looks at you, you lock eyes with it, and red embers appear in its eyes before it just ignores you and, like, continues sprinting through the street, wielding, like, an enormous claymore at its side. And as that happened, you kind of get shaken for a second, thinking there's another enemy you're gonna have to fight. And you look and you see Curse has disappeared into the crowd, slipping out of your grasp and running away. You still have your action. Anything you'd like to do?
Oh, fuck. Lost him. God damn it. I'm still kind of next to like all the cages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I try to go back and see if I can help out my team. I'm gonna go ahead and climb up, see like what's the commotion.
Oh, okay. Roll me an acrobatics.
Perfect. It's my favorite stat. God damn, it's so good.
Goddamn.
That's gonna be 26.
Okay, 26. You ascend up easily. I'll say you even just like, you take a minute and you're like, oh fuck, I lost a dude. You just jump up and grab onto the lip of the cages and climb over. You see Guidus and Marco at the top sprinting towards you, with Guidus preparing to chuck daggers at the creature that was following.
Cool.
Anything else you'd like? What's your passive perception, Regulus?
16.
Okay. Does anybody have a higher one than that?
Is it
Higher
16?
pass? Yeah.
The same.
Don't
Is
you
it
have
passive
one?
perception?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, mine's also 16.
Okay, cool. Then Redulus, as you ascend to the top, you see your two party members running. You see Tormund and Lepitor making their way through the alley, and then the creature has locked eyes on your comrades. You also make out something interesting too as you take in the scene. There is chaos. There's pandemonium here. There seems to be some sort of force attacking this place, and there are guards and military men or military devils assaulting back, trying to defend this place. There's chaos, and in chaos, there might be an opportunity to get some things done. As you ascend the cages, that's your turn, Tormund. You're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep following the way I was, looking for Redless.
Yeah, you saw where he disappeared into.
Oh, I
You
did.
know the path. It's not like it's hidden.
Yeah, but did I
if
see
you're
him
just-
like climb up on the cages?
He basically disappeared into like a little maze. So you haven't seen him climb the cages because he's like 40 feet away from you. So you'll make your way through.
Oh,
Roll
also,
me a Constitution.
before I go into it, I would like to rage.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I like this.
Whoa. Holy shit.
The steam starts pouring off of my body.
As steam comes off, I'll give you a choice here. You can either give me a strength check or a Constitution saving throw.
You're too
Constitution
kind.
would just be to make your way through and like take the cuts. Strength would just be like barrel your way like the monster, just barrel your way through the cages, like pushing, like ripping your like the scene from Avengers where Hulk is just barreling through the fucking
Yeah.
helicarrier.
I'll do
It's
that.
up to you.
I'll do
It's more for
strength.
flavor. Okay. With advantage because you
yeah,
rage.
I did roll with advantage. Sorry, strength. Fuck it. Been a while. So that'd be 16. Not as good as I was hoping, but not bad.
Yeah, I that you were able to just barrel through any cage that would like cut into you. You basically just crunch the metal up to the side and are able to carve what was like a tight little maze-like pathway is like a now large tunnel of bent metal and cages. Basically, you and Lepitor won't take damage from going through this this way anymore. As you barrel through to the other side, Redless, you feel the cages beneath your feet shake and rumble a little bit as Torment exits to the other side, barreling into a group of infernal kin donned in cloth, running through the streets. Torment, you appear on the other side. Anything else you'd like to do while you're out here?
I'd like to look for Redless
Yeah, you
or
you
Curse,
look up.
whoever I see.
Ooh, okay, maybe a perception check.
Also had advantage.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
I'm damn near. I want to say disadvantage, but
Too much rage.
too much anger.
That's 10.
Too
10.
much hatred.
Hey.
You don't see either of them as you exit through here, but you do see there seems to be a large fight appearing at one of not the gates but like opening gateways, maybe like 200 feet from you. You see fireballs scorching through, coming at the city, exiting the city. There are creatures flying in the sky, like ripping each other apart, and falling to the ground.
So this looks
There
like a
appears to
full-on
be-
battle.
Roll me a history check.
Okay.
It's Ghost Grandpa. He disappears into the shadows.
You scared the shit out of me.
11.
11. Ooh. There is something very familiar about the tactics, or like there's something that is like I've seen this fight before. I've seen this before going on as a large explosion rings out, 300, 400 feet away. But in that brief moment, you're like, "Where's Redless? Where's Curse?" And it kind
Where
of
is she?
disappears from you. Where is she? Marco, it is your turn.
Akuchi?
Is there still dust in my eyes? You said I had advantage on possibly.
It was a
seeing things,
brief.
but-
It was
okay.
just a brief, like, shit, I'm good.
6 seconds worth.
Yeah, 6
From-
seconds of dust.
I'm gonna
From
put 30,
this
right?
vantage point, the main tower
Uh-huh.
thing. How's it looking? Is the seem like that's the focal point of the incursion? Or I'm basically looking to see if this is the time that we could slink through the crowds to get there.
Okay. Roll me a. Ooh, I like this. Roll me a investigation check. This is going to be like analyzing battle patterns and seeing if you can get this going.
I only have a +2, but I rolled an 18.
Oh,
Beautiful.
okay. You look out and you begin to analyze what's going on. You see there are multitudes of they almost look like copies of that creature that's down below you, barreling through the walls, going towards the city. But you taking a brief moment, you understand that is just a distraction. What they're actually after is a force 10 times, 100 times larger is attacking the convoy of souls from the way that you guys came in. That seems to be the focus of whatever this attack is. And so a lot of the forces are being pulled out from the center of the tower and being pushed out to maintain a perimeter of some sort. Meaning the center looks a lot less defended and packed as it once was.
I'm definitely going to shout down to everybody within earshot, and I'm going to say, they're hitting the convoy. This might be a time to make a play for the tower. And then I'm going to use my movement to not leave everybody, but get down and kind of lead the charge that way.
You're able to run along the top of these cages, meet up alongside Redolus at the end of that path, which would leave you just to descend down to where Tormund is. Tormund, you hear that, look up and see Redolus and Marco at the top of the cages, now knowing their location. Guidus, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, the creature goes first. It's going to attempt to barrel through the cages to get at Lepitor, as you are now behind basically full cover. Yeah, no. It rolls its strength check, and as it begins to batter on the wall of cages, you hear... It does not breach through the cage wall, Lepitor, but every beat of its meaty gauntlets that hits on the metal wall, a little bit of oh shit, you kind of jump off the floor. This creature has enormous strength, a frightening amount of strength as a siege creature. It's not successful, and I'm gonna roll an intelligence check to see if it's gonna. No, it's bloodthirsty. It's following after you. It smells things it can eat, and it's coming after you. Guidus, your turn.
I guess since he didn't break through, I'm just gonna kind of keep my vantage point if I can, and I'll just move back towards the tower, whatever way we're going.
Yeah, so you see Marco and Redolus basically on the right path of cages, and you're running along the left, and you guys are maybe 5-10 feet away from each other. You can see each other on this wall of cages. So you got 3 of your party members up top. You got Tormund and Lepitor at the other ends of the safety path. You all hear the shout from Marco as well.
Can I see the tower from where we're at right now? The base
easily.
Of it?
It's an enormous structure.
Would that be an action, giving me a perception to see what's going on, at the wherever we would enter would be?
Oh yeah, you can do a perception.
Would that be my action?
Yes, because it's kind of difficult. There's a lot of shit going on, so this would be a focus perception.
Last question: how hurt is the dude from the moonbeam?
Oh shit, and it's still its turn. I forgot. I need to make another save. Let me answer that real quick, because I believe it's at the start of its turn, right?
Yeah.
Or starts its turn there. Yeah, it's still in the fire. That's a 15.
Yeah, it's a 17 Constitution to take half damage.
Fuck, dude, it has a +5 to con. Yeah, roll another 4d10.
That's crazy.
As it still is beating on
All tens
it's,
incoming.
beating on the cages.
Yeah, all ones incoming. 4 damage.
That's another 24.
Very nice.
As it's banging on the cage and you go to release a dagger at it, you see Lepitor turns and flicks his hand, and as he does, one giant bout of divine fire blazes through the creature, and it just turns into ash, just completely dissolving to
Oh,
the ground,
shit.
destroyed. I forgot about that.
Beautiful.
Damn.
Okay, then
Problem solved.
can I do a perception on the base of the tower?
I'll say now that that creature is taken out, we are going to jump out of initiative right now. Just as the imminent threat right now is gone. So you can easily make a perception check right now at the top of these cages. But there's still, we're out of initiative, but there's still an intensity in the air. The fight is not yet done. And we'll even transition now to my makeshift map.
Let's go. Makeshift, this is good.
It's
Okay, those-
I like this.
the not everything that is like how it is, like there's leeway, and also like the size and distance is like not correct. Like it's
Not to
I'll
scale.
try to help as much as I can. I made this very quickly. 1 minute as I get your tokens. What do you guys want to be your party token?
Bunny rabbit.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur?
Do we be a Velociraptor?
A Glock 19.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is
Good
that?
feet.
The Go-Gurt Crush Cups.
I like that. That's good. Can we get the ones with Dylan and Cole Sprouse on them?
Yeah, the ones that they discontinued.
Yeah.
Getting very
You
specific.
just saw that episode. You just saw that episode.
No, it just came to mind. I saw it a little while ago.
Okay, so let's say you guys are up.
I'm up.
You guys
Stay
are like
up.
up in this like area up here.
We stay up.
Stay.
Like you guys would have came from that direction. Came.
Oh, I see the
here,
dinosaur.
You would have been like, let's say like here.
Let's go, fucking dinosaur.
Where is it? Oh, okay.
You're fucking what?
Fucking dinosaur.
So the layout of this place is very circular. The walls here are made of like wooden and fleshy material, bone-like gate struts that support. And then at the very center, that large black circle is the top of the tower, which goes up like 100 feet, and then a metal mesh hangs over the top like an umbrella. But there's multiple levels to this tower. And then there are large chains that basically ground it. So, you all, sorry, what was your perception check, Gaius?
18.
18. There appears to be a struggle going on at the there's some sort of disruption going on at the base of the tower. There are the two sets of guards, the large kind of devils that resided there. They are in some sort of combat with something else that resides there, as well as a mesh of bodies in this area.
And how far are we? Pretty far or pretty close?
Pretty close. Pretty close. Like you'd have to run through the crowds to get there, though. Like there are thousands of bodies
got
just
it.
running in the middle of the city. Yeah.
I guess I kind of look down to the party and ask, "Are we going to the tower? Is everybody okay with that?" I guess mainly
that's the
looking
play.
at Tormund. Are you still pretty fucked up?
I'm down for whatever.
All right, make a path.
That should
Tormund,
be-
you slowly you start to feel your rage slowly dissipating as the like steam from not attacking or hitting anything, you slowly begin to feel that rage dissipating.
So are you guys? Who's on the ground with me? Just Lepitor. right?
Yeah.
Lepitor follows through the alleyway. I'm here.
Made it. Sorry, Blaine.
Your moonbeam is still up, by the way.
Let's beam it.
You could like drag it behind you.
You're just eviscerating everything.
Yeah, literally
I
like
just,
the,
after just jog, I'm just gonna like.
it's the Covenant fucking beam, like glass beam.
Yeah.
It's like a tornado. Just. whipping through.
What are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna go towards the tower as fast as
Doors
I
are
can.
completely. Guidance. The doors were completely open, right?
To the
Like,
tower.
there's no one guarding the tower.
No, there's still people at the base, but they're all fighting. So either way, I think we can take advantage of it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. You all begin to move as a unit through the bustling streets. I need you all to make me strength checks as you're literally pushing your way through creatures. And I'll say we'll say if you fail, it's not difficult, but if you fail by a lot, there's going to be consequences.
I can't
Just
dexterity
a
my way through the
check.
crowd.
There is way too many. It is like literally, yeah. Where it's
Can't-
not
I
to
can't-
not to say something fucked up. It's like Astro World up in this bitch. It's scary how many bodies are going.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
God.
I'll just run across their heads.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
I can just
You know
imagine
what?
as you're
I'm not
walking
making
through,
light of it. I'm not making
as you're
light of it.
walking
I'm
through, you're
telling you.
seeing dead devils being
I'm
trampled
telling you,
on.
that's how packed it is right now.
Everyone's screaming for help.
I,
The
Nat
music's
20,
too
baby.
loud.
Could I rage
Nat
again?
20.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if you want,
I don't wanna- It's my last rage. I want to save it.
Nat 20 from Reddit list.
Okay.
Nice. 13 as well.
Okay.
Same as Venric.
8.
Never mind.
Okay.
I got 11.
Okay. None of you failed by the bad amount.
Thank
But
God.
as you're barreling through, you, I'll even say this, Tormund, you get stopped by a devil who appears to be like straight up like red skin, leather wings out the back, wearing full plate armor, grabs onto your shoulder and says in Infernal, "Giascoli," and like is bringing up a sword to like strike you down as you like ran into him. It doesn't appear like he's attacking you like he thinks you're a threat,
He's warning
but
me.
you pissed him off, and so this devil is mad at you, and he's just gonna cut you with the sword. So
What did you roll?
An 8.
Okay.
Strength
we-
is my
Uh,
ability
It's
too.
bad.
that's a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. This creature seemed intimidating in the crowd as it grabbed onto you. But as the sword comes down, the instincts kick in. The glaive comes up, deflects it, and you fucking headbutt him. Boom! In the crook of the nose, and
Can I use my open hand technique to just instead just fucking palm his chest and push him like 15 feet away?
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, you take that and summon the key and poof, push him. How far does it push?
It pushes, well, if he
1,000
fails a DC's dexterity saving throw, it's 15 feet.
It's a natural 2.
That
He fails. Boom! You send him through, and coming off of the rage, the key that gets pushed into his body is like magnified tenfold, and you all see a devil body get junted like 30 feet through the crowd, like, and Tormund clears a path to like the inner circle of the bazaar just with like one push. You all begin to move through, trampling over the body of the devil on the ground, and he gets swept up back in the crowd. Like, there's no chance he'll find you again. That was awesome. You guys arrive at the center area now, where there's less of the infernal kin and like civilian type entities and more of the monstrous devils here, forming some sort of guard line or defensive position. You also see those strange monstrosities that are attacking. There are some that are like winged abominations that are here in the middle of combat with these entities. Bone devils, chain devils, barb devils, all like fighting in a organized scrimmage here. It looks dangerous to get caught in the middle as you all arrive here. What would you like to do?
Probably avoid all this fighting.
And then as you make it through, the moonbeam disappears. Levitor, I don't know if you would have left it there or like brought it with you. Would
was
you have
gonna
made
try-
the decision to cancel it?
No, I would have tried to bring it, just like as we're running, like look at in the distance, because it has a range of 120 feet. So I don't want to bring attention to us. Like in the distance, I would just like toss it over there.
So
Just
while this is all
something.
going and our camera pans out to our group running through a demonic maelstrom of bodies, there is just a beam of light that is scorching devils and all sorts of monsters. I mean, unknown to you maybe, you've killed dozens and hundreds of devils and stuff as it
Men,
just
women,
blazes through.
children.
No, you see like a devil on its like as it
Innocent.
gets stabbed in the chest. It's like, I've made it, and then the beam as it disappears. Like
I'm gonna see my
gonna happen.
family.
I'm
Thank
gonna
God.
be a hero. As just righteous fury burns him to the core. You all arrive at the center of this battlefield where there's an intense bout going on.
Does anybody have high investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to
Sure.
find a better point to get in than through the
Is there
crazy.
an alternate path or place less crowded that we can even get in or go to or go around?
Roll me a perception check.
Roll a what? I'm sorry.
Perception.
I would like
Dude,
to
that's good,
cast
though.
Get Away from the Door.
25.
25. Wow. You do see okay, there's a concentrated effort at the gates. And I'll just lay it out like this for you instead. There is a way. Sorry, my fucking mic fucked up. Hold on. What the fuck? I can't hear. There. There is a way to get in through the main doorway. But you'd have to go through the devils that stood there and the monsters that are attacking them. There is a way to do that. There's another path. There's two more that you spot immediately as you're scanning through. There appears to be these sets of hooks that are like on some sort of lift and lower device, where the corpses are hung up, like I described before. These large chains that descend from the umbrella-like roof of this tower. There appears to be some that are lowered, and there might be a possibility to either climb up those chains or enact a mechanism to lift you guys up. You would basically be riding like the hooks from SpongeBob. You remember? You basically
Excellent.
there's one final path you see immediately as well. There are winged monstrosities that are coming and flying at this main gate. They are large. There is a lack of intelligence to them. You might be able to grapple them and orient them up the tower if you were able to grab on. Like they're big enough that they could carry 2 or 3 of you.
Shit. Way bigger.
So those are the 3 ways.
I'm gonna reach out real quick just to DR press, just by chance.
just in case. You never know.
He's just
Holy
going
shit,
straight-
is that?
He's like straight diving.
There's no water.
This is my personal hell.
I've been here the
This is
whole
literally
time.
my hell.
I'll shout down, I guess, to the party. The gate looks too full. We can either take those chains up or wrestle a bird. Your choice.
Animals are my forte. I'm gonna start going for the chains.
Yeah, hook me up, daddy.
I agree. Chains. Let's start moving
Okay.
towards the chains.
Okay, you
Chains
guys
it is.
sprint through the train. You guys sprint
Trains!
through the trains.
No! Just dodging trains and shit.
Everybody roll me a deck save. You take 30 d6 damage. Sprinting through this battle that is going on here. There is no, like, it's not like the chains are outside of the fight. They're in the middle. There's just a lot less dangerous than at the main gate. So as you're running through, you're going to, everybody's going to roll me some deck saving throws. Unless you come up with a creative way to dance through this, you're just going to be taking like off the cuff attacks, scratches, fire bolts, all sorts of things. So, if you have something to, and I'll say, if you give me a cool mechanic to do, I'll give you advantage on this roll. It's going to be a high DC too.
I'm going Legolas, jumping up on some heads
Okay.
to jump
All right. I
up.
like that.
I already have advantage.
Roll me acrobatics check, Marco.
25.
For the acrobatic. Okay. Now roll me a dex saving throw.
13.
13. Okay.
You
Even
get
with your
plus 4 to that
advantage?
as well.
Oh yeah, +4.
17.
Okay. That succeeds. Barely. Marco, as you jump up and begin to dart on the heads, doof, 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 there's a brief moment where a fire wall of like, a wall of fire is like blazed across this group of like little roly-poly monstrosities, and as they get singed, you like dive at the last minute and you get hit on the side. You're going to take 33 points of fire damage, reduced by half for succeeding. So that's 16 points of fire damage.
Do we all?
But you make it to the edge of the chains.
Do we all get the +4?
If you remain near laboratory,
Yes.
you do.
Okay. Well, I rolled my dexterity. I got 21 + 4. That's 25.
Okay. Tormund, as you begin to move through, how are you approaching this as you're running through this thing?
I'm just barreling
Environment.
through it.
Okay.
Head down.
As you're doing, there is literally, you see Tormund ducks his head, chin to the middle of the chest, and he just barrels through. You see arrow or like crossbow bolts, arrow shafts, swords get embedded in his back. Boom, 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 boom. Running
Parker Davis
through
on the
this.
carry.
There is one moment where there is a large construct of like almost like a defense turret that is like set up with this devilish monster shooting fireballs out at the crowd, and you think Tormund, as you're looking at him, is gonna run around it, and he just boom, 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 barrels through it, knocks the turret off the side, and a large explosion radiates out. Tormund, you do succeed by a lot, so you're gonna take a lot less.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Literally, it's that. It's literally, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. As you explode, the explosion goes through. From all the damage and stuff, you take 14 points of damage just from everything as you barrel through and arrive next to Marco at the base of the chains. Redalus, what are you doing?
Maybe, I still have Whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
I haven't used it, I guess. As I'm kind of like running in and dodging, I'm gonna go ahead and use it, but I'm gonna use it in a way where like it propels me forward.
Okay. I like that.
So what do you want me to roll first then?
I would like you to roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Okay. That's so bad. It was gonna be a nat 1.
Okay. So then you're gonna roll me your dex save, no
Okay.
advantage. Just straight
Dex
dex save.
save. Oh my god, it's so good. Trying to see real quick. I think I have advantage on dex saves, don't I? Evasion.
It's not advantage. It's if you succeed,
Oh, okay.
you would take something.
Well, I got a dirty 20. I got 10 for
Okay.
plus 10.
So you succeed. So you begin to run through. You see Tormund breaking through the crowds. You take your two. I think they're scimitars, right?
Yep, 2 scimitars.
As you spin them out and above the heads of the crowd, and you all see this like whirlwind of a tornado begin to apparate, and like little imps and demons get sucked away into it. And as they do, this like strange manipulation begins to take place where Redalus begins to use each of those imps as like stepping stones in the whirlwind and jumping up, boom, 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 and you lose control at the last minute, and the whirlwind like begins to cycle faster, and you get shot out of the tornado at a speed in the direction of the chains. So you're successful on the dex save. You make it across. You don't take damage from the enemies or any of the attacks, but because of the natural one in the Arcana, you lose control of your body midway. You fly 30 feet up in the air and begin to fall down towards the ground.
Oh, yeah.
You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you land near Tormund and Marco at the base of the chains. and hold your hand up, and the two scimitars return back to your side.
That was intentional.
Okay, you covered in dust. Guide us.
I imagine that Lepitor probably just stands out like a sore thumb here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
More than most, So I'm kind of just sticking close-ish to him. Just
Okay.
trying to like parry attacks, just both my weapons out.
Okay.
And my deck save, I rolled 19 plus 9, and then plus 4, 32.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say this, Lepitor. You basically, there's a moment where all the other two or all your friends basically like vanish, and it's just you and Guidus, and you get surrounded for a brief second by a legion of devils who like think you're a part of this attack or whatever. And there is a brief skirmish where like blades and swords and whips and axes are coming down, and it's just the two of you like ching ching parrying and like whipping around. How do you approach this, Lepitor, as you're surrounded by enemies, basically back to back with Guidus?
So I'm gonna have whip in one hand, shield in the other, as blows are coming, using the shield to block, and then with the other hand at the same time, catching some of the other devils off guard and like whipping at their weapon and like disarming them, pulling it back. And then you want me to try and escape this as well, or we just?
No, let's play this out.
about-
As you do that, does your
Okay.
whip have any additional damage on it? I don't remember. Does it have radiant damage on it?
Just say yes.
Just say
I
yes.
want to say yes, but I'm not sure where exactly it
Good
would.
answer.
Maybe it's your improved Divine Smite. You might just like get radiant damage when you hit them. It might not be on,
Yeah.
on the item.
Oh, here it says. Wait, no, it's Bunny Command. Yeah, I think with Divine Smite I get the radiant
It
damage.
says
Yeah,
with
okay, so-
radiant damage, it doubles the damage.
So as this like your three comrades shoot off through the crowd, you immediately get like surrounded, and they're all like, "Get him!" And Guidus and Lepitor are in the middle of a skirmish. Guidus throwing daggers out, shanking people in the necks, ripping out like jugular veins. Lepitor whipping around that like weird, almost serpent-like astral whip that slowly moves through the skies and cracks it down. Every time it contacts a creature, they just turn into like dust and ash from the intense divine energy pulsing through Lepitor. One by one, you guys are cutting back through these creatures who are surrounding you. Lepitor, make me a dex. This will be your dex save for this part.
That's a 15.
Okay. That just fails barely. You take 19 points of slashing damage just from the attacks that you aren't able to catch. But you cut through the group that surrounds you because one enormous monstrosity that kind of resembles that weird siege creature you saw barrels through this quadrupedal creature, but its hands are like a multitude of human hands, like that form one big knuckle, and it boom, boom, comes towards you guys, attacking you. This would be your time to create a solution to escape out of this onslaught.
So how far away are the hooks we have to get to?
They're like 50, 60 feet away.
From all of us?
Okay,
No,
they're.
you guys are there.
Oh, okay.
You're saying they're up high somewhere, or what was
No,
the?
they're just like straight through a crowd.
Okay, are there any objects or things like buildings or other maybe cages, things that are sturdy around?
Yeah, there's sets of those auction stages, as well as like watchtowers and stuff scattered throughout this area.
Okay. I'm going to attempt. So with the whip, what I want to do, I don't know how plausible this is going to be. I'm going to pull some Spider-Man, Indiana Jones type shit, take the whip, because with it, there's a thing called the binding command, so it can extend 30 feet. And so with, I want to extend it out, try and grab onto something, and then basically grab onto Gaius in one arm and just like sling ourselves, retract it, and launch
Oh, I
our
like
way
this.
through.
I like this a lot. That's going to be. Let's see. This is.
Hopefully we don't
What would I
die.
say? I'm gonna say this is a pure dexterity check of like grabbing onto the right part, using the momentum to swing through.
All right. Uh, 18.
18. You see for a brief instance, Gaius, you're like you're fighting. Every blade that came near you, you easily parried. You took no damage from this, and then you feel a hand grab around your waist, and Lepitor just whoosh, whips, and you get dragged through the sky as he starts swinging from scape to scape. There are halberds and spears poking at you from the ground, firebolts shooting past you. But you see one coming straight like at you guys from this imp in the sky that was finally regained his composure from Redalus's tornado, and he forms a firebolt in his hand and shoots it at you. And Gaius, you're quick, but for some reason the distraction of this encounter, you're unable to like move yourself, and you see Lepitor's shield come in front and boom, block the firebolt out. As he swings through the air, you all eventually land at the base where 3 chains, large chains, that ascend 100 feet up to the canopy above, lie there, and they're coiled so you can grab on. You don't know the mechanism to make them go up or pull them up. So at the moment, unless you find another alternative, you have to climb. It's climb time.
It's time to climb, baby. I mean, quick look around. There's nothing obvious like on a wall or anything like that, or if you tug on it or something.
What would you like to do first?
I guess just look for something obvious, like just around the area.
Investigation check.
I'm gonna say yip.
Can
Dude,
I
I
also
rolled
give him
3
a help
19s in a
action
row.
with it?
Papa.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you can
Don't
do
need
that.
to.
32.
Okay. You immediately take in the surroundings. You see that the chains are like formed. They all come from a similar like device way up in the sky. And there is a rope that is separate that seems to be attached to some alarm device that if you pull it, there's no way to activate it down here. You take in that it must be up there, and there's an alarm that needs to be activated, and you see the rope. Basically, it's a rope with a bell on it. Ding, ding. And then
But
they
it's
get
just out
lifted
of-
up when they're, yeah.
It's out of reach. Okay.
I'm gonna.
It's on one of the auction stages where you see a bone devil in the middle of a heated combat with this strange, like, goat-like creature with, like, a large cyclops eye.
Is it possible for a mage hand to go that far and pull that?
It's actually, it's within range.
Then I can do just that. I can send my invisible mage hand over to do it.
Okay.
Tormund's gonna start grabbing that chain. It's pretty close to the wall, right?
It's not even in a wall. It's just like hanging in the middle of like nowhere. It's like,
Wait, how
but
far is
you're,
this?
you're
thing?
right next to it.
Okay, so
How
like,
far is?
I don't know if this will work. So if I was to grab the chain and pull on it, it would support my weight, right?
Yeah, they're heavy chain links. They're like not normal chain links.
Yeah. So could I kind of like walk sideways up it, pulling the chain? Up the
There's
wall?
no wall. You're in the middle of like, it's like ropes hanging from.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no wall, but you could just like climb up.
Wait, how about the? Oh, Tormund, give me a boost up and see if I can jump and make it.
You could
You're
do
strong.
the Cusco and whatever that.
The back to back.
Yeah, back to, like feet to feet. Feet to feet walking up the chain link. Redolence!
Oh, let's
Would you
do
call
it.
it? Would you call a chain like difficult terrain because you're climbing it straight up?
Oh yeah, I'd say this is fairly difficult terrain.
Okay. I have mobile, which means if I dash, it extends my range by 10 feet, and
Uh-huh.
difficult terrain doesn't affect my speed, which means
Uh-huh.
I could dash 100 feet up the chain.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, there's a climbing aspect involved, but I'd say it'll be a lot less difficult. This is what happens. Guidus sees the rope. He mage hands over a telepathic pull, and you all hear boom, boom from like 100 feet up above your heads. The chains start slowly, and like they're raising like an inch every couple seconds. It's very slow, and there's a lot of chain coiled on the ground. So it will lift you up, but it'll be very slow. You now see that the forces at the gate are starting to increase and spill out to the area you're on. So you're kind of on a little timer right now. So what are you all doing?
I guess it's climb time.
Climb time.
It's time to climb.
Going up.
Okay. So this is going to be pure athletics check to climb the chain.
Cross your fingers, boys.
Yeah.
Does like dashing help this at all to make it faster or get up there faster?
I'll
No.
say
Well,
if
my
you
athletics
guys,
isn't that
if you're able to, if your movement is greater than 85 feet, like all your actions and bonus actions spent, I'll give you advantage on this.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use both my actions and bonus actions to dash.
What if I say some cool shit? Will that like give us all advantage?
What cool shit do you say? Or if you have other like magical means or something to like speed it up or whatever, lay it on me.
Let's say, let's get this.
Let's get this
All right,
shit.
double advantage to everybody. Go.
You said athletics, right?
Athletics, yeah. You could rage. That would.
I don't need it. 28.
So
Pat.
can I use mine? Like I have like an action, then bonus action dash, and then a
Yeah.
normal dash. I can do advantage with
Yeah.
that.
So those who are like really speedy boys, if it's like greater than 85 feet total movement you could do in a turn, I'll say you get advantage on this. 'Cause
Let's
I'll
go.
roll again just to.
24.
19.
you succeed.
Oh god. Okay. Holy shit. Thank goodness I rolled a 4 on the other dice.
Laboratory?
You say athletics?
Yeah.
So just to make sure,
27.
you're saying 85. So if my speed is 40,
Yeah.
and I would use
And
the
you
dash.
That's 80.
So you don't
It's not
get
85.
advantage.
Oh,
You-
so
you
it's
don't
double.
get it.
Okay.
Just shy. 5 feet.
Unfortunate.
I was gonna say 90, but I was like, if you could breach 85, you could breach 90.
So I'm gonna
So
use one arm.
there's also 3 chains. So if you're all on one chain or all spread out, let me know.
I think we're spread out. Are we all picking our own chains?
So we should. Well, there's only 3.
There's 3 total chains, so probably 2 per
Oh.
chain or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to get up as fast as possible.
I have a feeling I know what's gonna happen.
Oh no! Please, you don't even say it.
If he's struggling, can I before he tells us roll, can I inspire him? I see that he's struggling.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Let's
Yeah.
get this shit.
Okay. I'm gonna look
Shit.
down and see that Lepitor is like barely moving, and I'm literally gonna like hit the chain and cast like a musical note down.
Oh my god, I
Roll
love
down.
this. Okay.
Let it be a G. I love
Just
G's.
Bangs his loot against the fucking chain.
roll the bardic inspiration dice
Okay.
for him.
Was you rolling for me?
Come on. Let's see
Yeah.
a good one. 6.
Okay, so you can add 6 to that, Lepitor.
Okay, so that makes it a 17.
Oh my god. Okay. That barely fails, but it makes it a lot better because you all begin to ascend very quickly. Guidus barely beating Lepitor up the chain. I'll say this: it's Redulus on his own on the left, Tormund and Guidus in the middle, Marco and Lepitor on the right. As everybody begins to ascend, the hordes of creatures begin to descend down. And in that brief moment, as you look back and or climbing up Lepitor, you roll me a religion check, actually, right now.
Right now.
Lepitor, that's you, baby.
Right
You said religion?
Right meow.
Yeah, religion.
Meow.
Religion? Why religion? 17. Again.
There's no gods. Gods aren't real. You're gonna die here on your own. You break your divine oath as a paladin, and you give up religion.
I just let go of the chain and just fall into the massive.
No,
It's my time.
there is. It's basically World War Z, like a group of rumbling monsters coming out, and you didn't notice it when it first arrived, and when the creatures begin to assaulting this place, there is a wave of like hunger and chaos that is just infesting this area. And immediately you pick up on the scent of demons, creatures from the abyss, not devils, not infernal creatures. These are demons. And that is this wave of monsters approaching, like rolling over each other. They are hungry demons that only wish for chaos and destruction. And they are the things that are assaulting this place. And as you're climbing the chain up, you start to feel them. You make it like 20, 30 feet up, and they begin piling on top of each other, like gnarling mouths, acid like shooting out of their orifices of all kinds. There are like tools being thrown and all sorts of things, and you feel one of them grab onto your leg and begin to pull you under the chain. A large bite comes on the center of your quad.
My
You're going
quad.
to take 13 points of piercing damage and 2 points of acid, and it begins to grapple you and drag you down into the creatures. Marco, as he's ascending the chain, he looks back and sees Lepitor being like basically overtaken by a quickly spiraling pyre of creatures. And as they get to about hip height, Marco, you take your sword, bring it out, loop it in the sky. A whistling of magic comes from the blade, cutting through the air. Whip it against the chain, and as it does, like the vibrations on a piano wire, magical energy surges through the chain and lashes out, and the creatures explode off of Lepitor's leg. As the bardic inspiration frees him from the grip of these creatures, you all begin to ascend up and one by one make it to the catwalk where the chains dangle from. Some of you a little hurt more than others. With the battle still raging below, there's a small sense of tranquility up here that takes over as you look across an enormous desert battlefield where thousands of monsters and creatures are assaulting each other. And Lepitor, you know here that this is not any normal battle. This appears to be a battle between the denizens of the infernal plane and the denizens of the abyss. Something that to you and all of the people of Foundation is an unheard of circumstance. What would you like to do?
Oh, and I love that this song was called Soldiers Earning Their Bonus while we were doing all that.
Goddamn.
What would you like to do?
Well, that was a little too close for comfort.
Oh, would I recognize those creatures
Made it
too?
though.
As you take in the surroundings and you remember that weird encounter at the gate that I had you roll a history check for, you remember the reason it's so familiar is because the demons are using the same tactic that they used at Fort Capstone. There are large creatures that are taking damage and exploding at the sides of the walls, familiar to those demons that were assaulting Capstone.
What's the area we're in like right now? Like, are we in like a room or?
We're just on the
It's
catwalk, right?
actually a catwalk. But let's take just a quick 5-minute break, real quick,
Perfect. I gotta pee.
before we do anything else. Sorry.
Dude, I was gonna make a joke when Lepitor was like getting climbed on by these creatures. I was gonna be like, it's like do what Frank did to I forget who, but they're on the side of like the bar or something, and he gets like a 2x4. He's like, "Oh no, you don't." And he pushes him to make him fall to the ground. As the dude's holding onto his arm, the Doyle brothers, or whatever.
The McBoyles.
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 Whatever.
I believe that's the gang gets held hostage.
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh no,
That's
you
funny.
don't." Big ass 2x4.
No, you don't.
Just in the face. Ugh. We tried, Levitor. You gotta go.
No. That shit was crazy.
I was like, "What you eating?"
I don't know if we can see it.
Yokohama?
Yep.
Ramen?
It's like-
Oh.
Raymond joint.
Yeah, sure. I got a rice bowl to go.
Jordan,
'Cause,
how come you never come see us, bro, and bring us ramen?
You want me to drive 5 hours to bring you ramen?
Yes.
please,
For friendship.
I'll think about it.
for family.
For family.
Family.
I
Was
was-
this
I
Fast
was-
and Furious?
I was the best man at your wedding. Come on, it's the least that you can fucking do.
You were.
At least that's how
Oh, you
I
ship
remember.
it to
I was
you?
pretty messed up, but I just remember
At first I
slow
thought it was
dancing.
my wedding, but
I was slow dancing with you. I remember you're pretty handsome.
You kiss me in the mouth.
it was still pretty weird.
In front of your wife, it was weird. I woke him in the trunk of a car.
It was an Uber and they were just picking people up, and I just didn't even know I was in there.
Yeah, it's also when I realized I got really bad car sickness. So the trunk was just full of puke.
All that pasta, all those
all
drinks.
all those carbs I had.
I had 6 breadsticks.
I actually stole a couple of those. They were in my back pocket. I don't know why I felt like I had to steal them. I know I could have had them, but
So many
it was
leftovers.
a pride thing. I
You
think
don't do it with the leftovers.
Did you eat it all? For weeks you were just eating that at home.
Yeah, we did a lot. We froze a ton of it. But even like the frozen shit we couldn't get through, just the two of us. We had to throw a couple of bags of the like chicken and the meatballs away.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask, Richard?
How was Wichita?
It was fun.
Do you like my shirt?
Pass. Next question.
Alright.
Just kidding. I like it.
Do you like my shirt?
Pass. Next question.
Dang it.
Do you
We're not
recognize
special.
it, Isaac?
Yeah, it's Gojo going ape shit.
Yeah. It's like a.
Or
it's
actually, with this, not inferiority, but
with his cocky, yeah, he thinks he's a god. His
yeah.
god complex. He's like,
God
I alone
complex.
am the exalted one or whatever. It's a shirt I got that's like it's like a vintage tee looking kind of thing.
You like that shit?
It's like for working out. I don't know. I mean, it makes me look. You can't really see because it's dark. It makes me look huge, dude. Jordan,
Do you
see
copy his
this?
pose whenever you're. You gotta cut the sleeves off.
Nah, I'm not there yet.
Cut the sleeves off. Let the threads just hang out a little bit. You look tough.
You guys should see my thighs, man. They're crazy. They're big.
When we see him, take
wanna
your
see
shirts
him?
off. Yeah, take them off.
Thigh cam? Isaac, have you seen my watch?
Yeah, you sent me a picture of it.
No, I'm just playing.
Why didn't you send me a picture of it?
Do you want
You
to
don't
see
like
it,
me?
Jordan? Wait,
Yeah.
you
I
saw
don't
it
know what is.
already?
When?
Oh no, it was before you joined, huh? We were looking at it. Yeah.
It's crazy because he's not wearing it.
Is it a, what kind is it?
It's a Citizen.
Mmm. Nice.
Silver with a blue dial. The dark blue.
Oh, that's
dial.
cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't Nevin have a Citizen, but it's a
No,
Green.
white?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
I know he has-
he's got one, but it's green face.
Mm.
dude, we were going through it earlier. I was like, dude, the date's off. I haven't been able to get the date right because you can only go forward in days, not backwards.
really?
And so he was like, Yeah, I was like, yeah, so I'm just waiting a couple days so I can fix it. Like, so the days will catch up. And he was like,
Yeah.
you know, like, you could just keep going and it'll eventually go back to 1. And I was like, oh, shit. And that was one of those
I
moments
thought it would
where,
just
like,
break.
they thought I was fucking with them,
Word.
but I just really didn't put that together.
You think about it?
It felt so stupid. But now it's right time,
Oh,
right
that's
day,
okay.
so
Nice. Why aren't you wearing it?
I'm just chilling at home. It's a nicer watch. I don't want to...
Just wear it. It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, is that watch compared to this watch, Isaac? Come on now.
How much you spent on that one?
No, probably around the same. Wait, what watch you wearing? The brown one? The brown and gold?
No.
The black one? Oh. I don't know how much that one was.
gun silver.
This was 400.
This one was the most expensive. This one was 600.
Was it?
Like
Oh,
$650.
Okay. Your brown one was like 400. I saw it in the catalog.
The brown one was. Wait, are you talking about the rose gold one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 songs.
Want to see my watch?
I do.
I got a.
Want to
It's
play
a
the
Garmin.
rest of the game like this?
Garmin Forerunner,
Garmin's are
245.
Colt, show yours.
I don't have a watch.
Any of them?
nice. He's next.
Nope, no
He's
Why
watch.
did
next.
you get one of these, dog? Big dog. I feel so fucking fancy when I wear this shit. It's like, it's so cool.
Look, you're made of money, bro.
Like, look at the box it even came in. Like, wow, buddy. This is fucking
Okay.
crazy.
It's fancy.
Sorry, I was late. I got FaceTime. We had some viewers. Nobody saw their messages.
What do you mean?
My
Yo,
mom
people
was
watch
watching.
this?
No,
Laurel,
my
Laurel was in
grandma
there.
thought-
Whole family's here.
Why does it say message retracted? Did somebody delete
Because
it?
he's like, I wasn't on my burner account. I can't let people see that. Anyways,
That's crazy.
let's jump back into the game. Our heroes ascending the chains to the top of the Rip and Tear monolith. On one of the catwalks, just grated metal supporting your weight. The scenery here is a little bit more tranquil, but still with the underlying rhythm of battle beneath your feet. You see there is a large central structure that the tower resides in, with spiraling staircases that accent the outside edges. But there are also doorways that allow entry into the central structure. There are suspended on hooks and chains multitudes of decaying bodies, and some of the denizens up here still alive with the wisping sounds of death rolling out of their lungs, gasps and wheezes. But what would you like to do?
I guess just find our way in, right?
Yep. I can smash through this shit.
The catwalk extends to the central area where you have a doorway leading into the interior tower chamber, as well as a staircase that extends and spirals up on the outside.
You know where I saw them come in? Is that
Mhm.
still? Is it like the same spiraling staircase, like
Uh,
top to bottom?
No, there are like offshoots. Like wherever there's like a landing of some type, it's like another staircase is formed. They're not all connected. But you did see that the way that they came up was the outside staircase on the ground floor.
Right. I don't know. I guess we just got to go in one of these doors and see what we see. We don't have we don't know anything yet.
Yeah, we should probably try and be kind of sneaky and quiet. We don't know what kind of guards are up here.
Funny coming from you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You have about 300 pounds of armor on. You can't be quiet.
Cling, cling, cling.
All right, I'll stay here. You guys,
Well, help me.
you guys take some.
Yeah, we'll separate it.
Take it off.
No.
I mean, sure. I think we can go. Some of us can go look around in some of the doors, see what we see.
Let's do that.
I'll break off. I'll go towards the door, see if they're locked, or see if I see anybody on the way. You know.
Up on this level, you see no other moving bodies on the outside. As you go to the door, it just swings open. There's no locking mechanism or anything. It just opens up into an interior large chamber. The difference here being there is a large ghostly pillar of energy, that kind of pale green wispiness that is the center of this tower. Widespread floor with bookshelves, furniture, which is all a grotesque, like human flesh motif to it. There are people hanging on the wall like they're a piece of art, their skin splayed out, as well as other devils, like they're masterwork art pieces. There are skulls that hang on the walls like sconces, where some of the flesh isn't all burnt off. It appears that the center of the tower does not have a way to ascend up. No staircase, no elevator or any kind. It just appears like there's multitudes of floors that are all connected just by that ghostly energy wisp that goes and connects to the top. It seems like the only way up is the staircases on the outside.
So, inside this area, though, are there people in here or anything? Are there more doorways to go into, stuff like that?
Perception check.
Seven.
17?
Yeah.
There, you see movement, floors below and above. The flapping of wings. And you hear also the sound of like scraping footsteps. The wing noises appear to be small imp creatures who are moving along, gathering like several items from certain chest of some kind, and moving it to another destination. You also hear the shuffling of footsteps, but are unable to see bodies. It's like a large column, and there are floors like every 10-15 feet, so there's like maybe 15-20 of these floors, and there appear to be the small devil creatures within the inner workings of this place. You also make out that the chests that they're pulling from and the items they're pulling from are various and copious amounts of weapons, coins. You see even like small, like arcane stones that they're pulling out and moving across. This appears to be some sort of vault or treasury within the interior of this tower.
How close is the closest, like, next door inside here?
There is only another door on the other side of, like, straight across from you.
Okay, can I see on the next level above? Is it kind of the same situation, or are there more room?
It's similar from what you can see. It's kind of hard because there's a lip of the floor, so it's hard to make out. You would have to ascend on the outside to go to that next set of doors.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll come back out and I'll just kind of motion everybody over towards where we are, or where I'm at, and I think we need to keep going up. There are people in there, but it looks like moving stuff around. I don't know where Kuji might be, but he might be at the top. That makes sense, yeah, I guess.
Didn't we hear something that he'd be brought to the top? I thought we had heard something that curse or.
Hey, Colin. Do any of the like arcane stone look similar to like what's on my body?
Do you go in and look? Because that was just what Guidus saw.
That's what Guidus saw.
Yeah, you all haven't like seen.
Oh, we haven't gone. Okay. Yeah, I guess I would. Kind of stealthily.
I would like an Arcana check.
Okay. was pretty good. Dirty 20.
They are not like the runes embedded on your body. They are, though. They do resemble the same kind of arcane structure that you've seen Akuji use in his works when he's recording in his spell book. Which on a dirty 20 would lead you to believe these are some form of spell scrolls, but they're embedded on like stone obsidian fragments instead.
And I can't read what exactly these spell or
not
they
without
really
like
do.
actually getting one and like investigating it. This is just like a brief. You saw it out of the corner of your eye. You're like, that kind of looks like how Akuji inscribes his runes. I think they
okay.
might be some sort of spell scroll that they're like
just on the stuff.
yeah.
Alright.
You also make out the same thing though, that at every level there is like fortunes in this tower.
Well, we should probably keep moving up. Seems like the higher the tier, the maybe more value. Kind of what Chris said.
Perhaps we need to hurry up before the rest of those demons catch up here.
Let's go then.
You all begin to ascend the outward spiral staircase up the creaking tower. As you ascend, the wind begins to turn into these strange screaming whispers, whether it's because it's blowing through the small holes in the grated metal, or it's actually the cries of these individuals hung up on this monolithic tower. The further you ascend and look over the battlefield, you see the number of creatures that are fighting here. This is a war zone that has ravaged this place like a whirlwind. And you see large monsters fighting far off in the distance. Like, this is not the only place a battle is being held. There's there's all sorts of... Did I say fart?
What it sounds like.
It sounds like
Yeah, there's all sorts of battles being taken place all across this desert landscape. This is just one of the places. And as you ascend up, you eventually reach... You pass by other doors as well, similar to the one you saw before that just enters into a level. Eventually, the staircase ascends to a point where you end up on a large balcony scape, with one final set of doors that basically you've reached the top, and a set of doors lies on the center structure that looks to open up into a grand, like, ballroom-sized room with that large metal overhang acting as the roof. You are at the most Dark Souls of Dark Souliest doors.
Is there a foggy door?
But heal up.
There is a
Monster
large,
coming.
like, ghostly fog that is drifting up out of the door and up over the door slightly.
Guys, I'm not going in there.
Are there any sending signals around that we can?
Practice your rolls.
Quick save.
No summons.
I'm really not going in
what
there.
about flash? Do we got flash?
You are out of flash. No bonfires anywhere.
Where's the last
You
side of
do
grace?
see, strangely enough, you do see a large broadsword struck in the middle of the floor, with like piles of like coins and chains around it. Maybe like 20 or 30 feet from the door, but other than that, you don't see.
Is that real
Like
or is that
that's
a meme?
nothing.
No, that's real.
That's
real. There's some there, yeah.
Swords stuck in the ground with gold
Yep.
and stuff around it.
That
Yep.
seems dope. I'm gonna go grab.
It's
There
the
is
boss before the
and
boss.
There's like one skull at the base of the sword. It's like a very angular face. Almost looks like kind of like an alligator skull, but a little different.
Just in the
Long
middle of
rest.
this room, huh?
In the wide open room, sword in the middle, big doors with fog.
What could go wrong, guys? What's
This is literally an Elden Ring
this
boss
is
fight.
free loot? Free loot.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Hold on. Ding. The summons,
No
right?
summons, bro.
Summons.
No- the fuck?
Ding, ding,
Who's that?
Look at my mimic.
ding.
do this.
Put your buffs on. All right, let's
I'm
go.
gonna summon a friend.
You go
Is
to
there
the
like traps or anything in front of the door as you go inside, or?
Roll me an investigation check.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if there's any like magical
Excellent.
coming from the door or something like that? Or any,
Yeah,
like,
roll me an
spec-
Arcana.
Okay, cool.
Can I short rest?
Yeah, short rest.
Could I?
Dirty 30.
Could I roll?
I'll say yes to
Four.
the next 3 things. Go ahead.
Four.
Black Razor.
Yes.
Teleport us back to Pro 9.
Done. We're out of here. Okay, you're back to Pro 9.
Give us back our
Torres,
dragons.
convince
Give
me.
us back our dragons.
Oh, sorry. Somebody already. What did somebody say? With 100 gold? Yeah, done.
100 gold. I want a bag full of puppies.
What'd you get, Redulus?
4.
4. Even on a 4, there is an intense magical pressure here. Unable to deduce past that. Guide us.
30.
30. You see numerous traps. Only arcane, encompassing the entirety of the door, as well as you turn back to the staircase you came from, and there is a brief like flash of light as you stepped over the threshold, like a trap already sprung.
Fuck.
Oh, for already coming inside.
Colin, can I do a small like history check for whether the skull at the base of the sword I recognize, like what creature it could be from?
Yeah. You could do a history check or a nature check.
He's like, yeah, I don't know why the fuck you would do that, but yeah. I'm just kidding. You said history or what? Nature?
Yeah.
Okay. They're both +0. Dope. I'll do history. That's a 5.
It just looks to be some sort of altar of some kind, with the skull of a creature you are unaware of. You all stand 30 feet around that sword in the ground, away from the door.
What's on the opposite side? Like, can you pass through this room, or is it just this room?
It is just this room,
Um,
walled in, like on a antechamber with big doors that open into like basically like half of that tower, like that roof. You know, if you cut that in half, you're at the doorway that opens up into the other half.
It's a very large room.
A very large room. Yes.
I wonder
I'm
why.
gonna take out my burglar's pack and grab 2 or 3 of those like metal balls that I have, and I'm just gonna like toss one over there to see if anything activates.
Okay. You see, as the ball hits the door, there is nothing that happens. A resounding as it hits the metal door and rolls back.
So it seems safe. Can we go in?
I say we
The
send
ball
it. at this point.
test, apparently so.
Ball says
All
apparently
tests
so.
has never failed me.
I mean,
I'm gonna get a runner stance, and I'm gonna just get ready to dash through. Yeah, literally.
The doors are closed still.
Doors closed.
we're gonna have to face whatever it is at some point.
Yeah, we
might
got to
as
go.
well.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and start leading
We
through.
might as well go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't be surprised, by the way, Colin. I can't be.
I'll say, I will reiterate too. Guidus did see that there were arcane traps on the door.
Gotta say something. Fuck. We
Sorry,
might just walk
I
in
just-
that.
Well, I guess I should have said something. Sorry.
Oh shit, you're right.
There's
Lotus,
traps in the door.
Lotus said, "Just put the bags, put the fries in the bag." Just put the fries in the bag.
I can't do anything about those, right? I mean, if they're magical, you can't disarm magical trap, can you?
They're just no, you can't. There appear to be like purely runes inscribed on the door and frame.
Yeah, so I can't do anything about that kind of trap. That's up to anybody else who does magic stuff.
If we only had a Kuji.
That's what we're trying to do.
There's nothing like around the room that could act as like a entrance, like a certain way to turn them off, or
roll me an investigation check.
There's not like an obvious lever that just says off, and we can.
You could roll me an investigation or Arcana. Arcana would be way better, but
I can give you help on Arcana.
Listen, if it's Arcana, somebody else needs to step up. I'll roll an investigation though.
I'll do it again.
25.
I just
On
checked
an
that it was
investigation?
magic.
Yeah.
On a 25 investigation, you see no mechanism that would ruin these traps. But from your discussion with Curse and just like logistically, they wouldn't just have traps that like activate like no matter like what comes through. There must be either a device that they hold, or maybe innately within the spell there are parameters that are like allow these people to come through, because otherwise the trap would just be going off every time. Curse said that like this soul lord or whatever, he does business all the time. So like he specifically worded it like only those who are permitted in get to do business with him, and you catch the feeling that part of that permission is allowing you past these traps without whatever happening.
I see.
Can
Let's just
anybody
walk.
change their appearance magically?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what that dude looks like. The soul.
Unless you can look at that one bone devil or whatever, but
We don't know if it'd be depending on what you look like, or if you are just carrying something.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what to try. Because we could go down to the first floor to the vault. I don't know if they would have anything. I mean, we don't know what it would be exactly.
I'm still carrying that I guess bag of whatever that bone devil gave me or threw at us.
The souls.
Uh-huh.
The soul
Yeah.
contracts or whatever.
They're just full contract. Never mind.
I think it's either maybe we go down a level, see what's going on down there. I don't know, because this seems like I don't know. I feel like we knew Kuji would be up here, right? Some kind of sign of people up here or something, but
Let's take a long
Um,
rest.
I feel like to be sure.
Guy,
we might
did
be-
you saw? You said all the traps were on the door, or was it scattered around this whole room?
I only saw ones on the door.
One's
Okay.
on the door, so we can walk up.
Should we investigate this sword then? If there's no traps surrounding it, could be what gets us into that door.
Sure, let's do it. I guess I'm gonna walk up to the sword.
Oh, what would you like to do?
We'll look
I'm
at
gonna
the-
cast
I guess-
detect magic, just to give us a better
Yeah.
sense.
This divine radius of energy comes out. You feel a wave of magic coming from the door. At least 7 or 8 different variations of evocation, abjuration, conjuration spells. You also sense that there is a very powerful magical energy coming from the sword embedded in the ground. It is a strong magical object, very strong. As well as there seem to be glyphs and runes engraved on all the chains like on the walls and hanging from the ceilings. There are like dozens of chains hanging very low, and there are runes inscribed on them as well.
Well, guys, looks like almost everything is booby trapped in here. We got magic coming from the sword, the chains, and the whole door is
Colin,
death from
are
as far as I
those-
can see.
Are those chains able to like come off the wall? Or are they, or like, can they be removed and like we can grab and use them?
They are. There are some that are like coiled, so there's a lot of slack. But a lot of them are like anchored to certain points. They're not just like loosely hanging there. But you notice strangely, as you're looking at that, there's like a lot of slack. Like there are like hundreds of feet of coiled chains just like hanging on hooks on the ceiling. Like, you know how you would tie up rope or extension cords and hang it up. They're like that everywhere here.
I feel like the key to open this
Interesting.
door will possibly be the sword. I feel like the chains might be part of the trap.
Grab it.
You guys want me to grab it?
I'm a sword guy. I'll grab it.
Hold on.
I'm
real
not grabbing
quick.
that sword.
Oh shit! I wonder if this could work on him. This is gonna be fuck it. Who knows? I'm gonna cast resistance on Marco if he's gonna grab the sword. That's gonna. You can roll D4 on any saving throws
Heck yeah.
to add it. So
I would like
Yeah.
to also, if I could, I don't know how this works, but I'd like to prepare my spirit shield to send at Marco if something like trap is triggered. Did I do that, or is that only? Is a trap? Is it considered an attack?
No.
No, it's not.
Well, it depends if like an attack roll comes out, but you can prepare to do that. I'll allow
Okay.
that. Okay, so you cast resistance on him.
Yep.
Which just gives him a D4 to saving throws. Is that
D4
right?
to saving throws. That's it.
Marco, you go. You see in the ground is an old. It looks very strange as you approach. The sword looks to be made of no metal you've seen. It almost looks to be stone. But the hilt and the guard is like a normal sword. There's like a strange distinction between the two. You grab the blade. As you grab the blade, little lights ignite on the ground. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, Marco.
And that
Rest in
4.
peace, Marco.
You still get my +4 as well.
Does that go to saving throws?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 12. I have a +2, +4, 18, plus another 4 would be 22.
Very good.
Nice.
You fail. As you grab onto this sword, something strange happens. As the lights lift up, the entire pile begins to glow with this radiant light. And you begin to pull the blade out and you try to like retract back because you feel your very life essence being drawn away. How many hit points are you at right now?
73.
And what's your total?
108.
Your hit points are reduced by half.
Okay.
So you can write down right now, you are down to 54 hit points.
Okay.
As you begin to draw the blade out, so you're at 54. You're not down.
But
you're at
54 is his
54.
max now.
Yes, that is your max.
Oh, okay.
As you draw the blade out, you try to retract because you can feel it drawing itself. Like the literal essence of Marco is being sucked into this. You all see he begins to pull back and strain begins to take on his form. As the sword begins to slowly withdraw, you see a strange light emanating out from where the blade and the hilt should connect. And you make out that it's more of a scabbard-like design. And as you draw it out, you rip it out, and the metal and the actual form of the sword dissipate, like paper or paint peeling off a wall. And you see Marco is just holding a faint outline of a weapon. Like glistening gossamer strands make out the outline of a short sword in his hand. Marco, you can't put the blade down at all.
Okay.
As that happens, the lights in the room around that little circle area dissipate, and sconces light up on the wall. And you start to hear chains rattle against the side as two figures approach up out of the staircase you guys ascended. Two devils wrapped in cloth with blades sticking out of their jutted skin and chains and barbed wire wrapped around their head, barely like using it as a mask covering their red eyes, look at you and immediately begin to attack. I need everybody to roll me initiative.
It's fine. We're gonna be fine.
Oh, let's forget on the last. Everybody gets +5 to their initiative.
What was that?
Everyone gets +5 to initiative because of one of my Aura of Sentinel.
All right, cool.
Hey, thanks, bud.
+5 to initiative. I also have advantage on initiative, which I didn't use last time.
Sucks to be you, bro.
25.
5. Goran's 24.
29. And then with my initiative, I'm also going to enter flow state.
What's your initiative, Redolus?
I also like the
29.
rage, yeah. We're just doing stuff on initiative.
No.
29.
Torment.
Nice try, buddy.
19. Thought maybe you'd let it slide.
Thank you for the +5. That gave me like a +15 in initiative.
Heck yeah. Better remembered.
Laura said earlier,
It-
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
It's Jason Bourne.
As you take this all in from this weird magical anomaly that has come, Guidus, you immediately note that these creatures, there is a small band on their arm that is glistening that same color of that trap you saw earlier. It appears some guards have been alerted of your arrival here. Starting off initiative is Redolus with Marco on deck.
Ooh, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the nearest one to me. Or no, the nearest one to Marco.
They're like 20 feet away.
Are they
You're
20
all
feet
kind of
away?
in a group together, so it's like.
Oh, then I'm gonna use my action to attack each one with an attack. Just throwing my scimitars at them.
Okay.
That's gonna be 17 and 24.
Both hit.
Both hit. Cool beans. Uh, 10 for the first one, and a 9 for the second one.
Okay. As you go to strike out, you see that they have a tangle of bladed chains attached to them, and actually extending out of their fingernails are chain links. Like it's literally a part of their skeletal structure. These like flailing whips and stuff. And as the scimitars come out, you see the chains start to move to try to block the attacks, cutting through. They let out a screech. These are the most humanoid-looking devils you've seen. They just look like burnt skin individuals, but tortured individuals as well. Those are your attacks.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack another one.
Okay. Are you gonna attack the same one?
Yeah, attack the same one. 22.
Hits.
And then another 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. This creature already is looking not great as this attacks start to come in. They are not like the most burly and strong creatures you can take out. Anything else you'd like to do, Redolus?
At this point, no.
Okay. Marco, it's your turn.
This sword, is it a two-handed or one-handed?
It is one-handed. It is a short sword.
So, I do have two-weapon fighting. Would it be beneficial to pull out my sword as well? Would I be able to use that, or
If you would like, you would just unless you have the, I don't know, a short sword's light. I don't remember.
I don't think they are.
It's a finesse. Oh, they are light. Yeah, you can. You just can't add your damage bonus to the offhand attack.
Okay, no worries. I was just curious. I want to see what this sword can do. So I'm gonna spring towards the one that has more health.
Okay.
No one is currently near it, correct?
There's two right next to each other,
Right.
but yeah, there's nobody else near them.
Nobody else. Okay, so are they within 5 feet of each other, or more?
They are.
Okay. Well, I'll do something crazy, but I'm just gonna go ahead and attack it with the sword. See what the sword can do.
Okay. As you begin to strike out with this sword, you feel that same sucking energy coming from the blade as you bring it up to strike at the creatures in front of you. You have a choice. You can either allow it to take more or fight against it, use it of your own will.
Like it taking my life force.
Yeah, you can either give in or fight back against the blade.
I'm gonna give in.
Okay. Okay, roll me your attack rolls. Just one attack or two?
I just have one attack.
Okay, roll me it.
Is there a
So roll the d20,
Okay.
add your dex modifier.
Okay.
Add your proficiency. Which is
okay?
at the top. Now add 3.
21.
Hits.
Okay.
I need
And
you
what-
to roll me 2d6.
Okay.
And 1d8.
Okay.
What's that total?
13.
So you deal what was the d8 number specifically?
6.
Okay. You deal 7 points of slashing damage, 6 points of radiant damage as the shimmering echo of a blade, almost looking like it's painted out of the colors of a prism, as it cuts across. A wellspring of energy surges out of your body. You all see the blade alights in like almost a divine radiant spectrum. I need you to roll me 16d8.
What?
16 D8?
hope that's a good thing.
I'm sure it is.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
He
What
just
could go
goes
wrong?
into it.
82.
82.
Oh,
Marco turns to ash.
You all see as Redolus strikes out with the scimitars, cutting into these creatures. These devils begin to motion the chains above you and rattle them into creation. As you look overhead, it sounds like 100 rattlesnakes descending from the raptors. Chain devils have an innate control over any chain within their vicinity. And you realize in that instant you were about to be bombarded by about 20 to 25 chains that were going to each strike at you like blades on their own. And you see Marco take the blade out, run up, and as he does, you feel a strain within yourself. Roll me a d6, Marco.
1.
Let's go.
You take 1 point of damage. It sucks a little bit of your life energy out. The blade alights, and a magnificent swath of light crests across these creatures as a blade of divine light strikes across them, and they are sundered completely. They turn into ash and dust at the ground. The brilliant echoing light from the sword, like a ringing of a fine piece of crystal, dies down, and the sword still remains forced into your hand. You take in at this moment, this is a blade of immense strength and power. The ability that you have just used, Daylight's Wrath, you will not be able to use it for another long rest. As you all take that in, as Marco just annihilates, these are hardy creatures. He took out 2 of them in basically 1 attack. You acknowledge that something immense has happened here, and he wields a powerful artifact, none of which you have seen in any of your lifetimes, nor in stories. And as that happens, the doors to the chamber open. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session right there.
Damn it.
We're live.
Marco has become a legitimate glass cannon. 54 health is all you
is.
get now? Or you're going to dish that shit out?
No.
You are.
Marco has
Mikey.
become-
We were. This is canonically what happened. You guys were literally just discussing the traps and the spells, and I was just staring at the sword, just kind of drooling a little bit, and I was like, "I'm doing it."